Part 1. White Clouds. Pegasus Moon. Throne of Knowledge.
I cannot believe I'm like almost 30 hours into this game and I'm still only in part 1.
The northern lands are enveloped in a bitter cold, and frigid winds are carried across the sea to the south of Adrestia. When feather white snow falls on Fódlan's locket, the fort looks as delicate as a pearl. However, beneath that snowy blanket, her throat is more treacherous than ever.
Ooh, do we get to see some snow now? Hey, my little dancer's hair is green now. Cool. Got lime green hair now.
Rhea, please talk to me. What are you hiding? What is the meaning of how that one looks? It is almost as though...
As I said, there is nothing of which to speak. For now. At the end of this month...
I read Gerald's diary. I happened upon it in his room.
What?
In it, he stated the reason for his departure.
Uh-oh.
The baby, thought to have died in a fire, has returned to us. Gerald realized that you had done something to the child and decided to flee. What did you do to that baby, Rhea? Nothing questionable, I should hope.
Sothis, enough. They will be here shortly. No more. I beg of you.
I wonder if this was before.
I will take our dear professor to the Holy Tomb. There, I should be able to see our dearest wishes to fruition. When I was young, I heard her voice there. I'm sure of it. You may enter. I have been awaiting your arrival, Professor. Now that you have received sacred power from the goddess, there is somewhere you must pay a visit to at once. You must go to the Holy Tomb so that you may receive a divine revelation from the goddess.
Didn't we already receive our revelation? A revelation?
The Holy Tomb is where the goddess sleeps. This monastery was originally built for the purpose of protecting that hallowed temple.
Only a select few know of it, but there is a legend about Seiros and the Holy Tomb. Saint Seiros, the first soul to be gifted power from the goddess, received her revelation there. She was told that it was her sacred duty to save the people of Fódlan, and that she must use her power wisely in order to lead them. The words that were handed down to Seiros from the goddess will likely fall upon your ears as well.
Prepare yourself to go at once. There, may you find out why you were blessed with such power.
There will be a ceremony at the Holy Tomb. It is then that you will receive the goddess's revelation. You may share this mission with your students.
Do you think it wise to bring them into this mission now? What do you mean a mission now? I'll say that.
It is said that when Seiros received the revelation, she had holy warriors by her side protecting her. Your students, who have followed you and fought alongside you through the darkest of times, are well suited to stand by you for the ceremony. Of course, as the leader of the Church of Seiros, I will be by your side as well.
Sorry, work.
The occasion is too significant to be missed.
Oh.
Even if something were to happen, I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Much has changed, but your duty has not wavered. Steel your mind for the ceremony and prepare your students well.
Hilda's birthday. We'll give her
Oh,
yours.
wow, thanks.
Since you're not in my class, I do not wish to have tea with you. We'll host a tea party for Hanneman, though. Let me look up the tea party stuff for Hanneman. Tea party. Fire Emblem. Hanneman. He does like the sweet apple blend, honeyed fruit blend. I don't think I've found that one yet. Bergamot and cinnamon blend. I think that the sweet apple
My
blend is the
room
only
works
thing.
better for me, but I am willing to compromise.
Okay.
For today. My, but you have exquisite taste in tea. This is one of my favorites. I always try to keep some around. Thank you. Delicious.
Okay, hold on. You see Ellie's favorite sweets gift you'd like to receive. I heard some gossip. He likes gossiping. Okay. Mysteries of first meeting, plans for the future, shareable snacks, the existence, the library's collection. You're doing great work.
Indeed. Yes, yes. What?
You seem
Indeed.
well.
Indeed.
Heart racing.
Indeed.
Yes.
Since I have never found out the secret of your birth, I am exceptionally intrigued. Indeed.
Well, I guess we'll
Indeed.
just give him. I guess we'll just give him an owl feather. We don't really have anything. Oh, does it say what kind of gifts he likes? Dapper, handkerchief, arithmetic textbook, book of crest design, or tea leaves. Okay, I don't have none of that, so I'll just give him an owl feather.
Ah, yes, I love it.
No more gifts for you.
Thank you for a wonderful time, Professor.
You're welcome. By fusing with Sothis and awakening the progenitors, or the progenitor? I don't remember how she said that. God's power, Byleth obtained the certification for Enlightened Ones class. Okay, what does that mean? Oh!
It's time to start anew.
Enlightened One. to one of the side story to unlock this exam. Oh, it's a DLC. Oh, okay, never mind. I don't even think anybody else can take anything at this point. Oh, Ash can. Oh, but he doesn't... Who has a... I know somebody has a... I know someone has a advanced seal. I think Annette is already... But I will check her just in case. Yeah, she's already equipped Annette. Okay, so Ash can do one. Ingrid still needs some work for Paladin. I could make Ingrid flying, actually. Let me do that. I don't have a flying unit yet.
I must continue to work hard.
Sweet. Yes. That's fine. And then Flame still needs levels. Okay, outside of that, everybody is advanced. And that way Ingrid can do the flying one. Or Paladin, I guess, whatever. I guess I could take her right up to here. Ooh, that looks cool. Alright, let's do Ash.
Oh, what a relief!
Same. Yes. Alright, now let's explore. We'll repair. We'll do some other things. I can't hear Sothis' voice anymore. Damn. Well.
You look so different. You're still our professor in there, right? Did anything else change besides your hair and eyes? Are your arms bigger? How do your abs look?
I've changed quite a bit. I haven't changed that much.
That's disappointing. What's even the point?
What?
That's, you're going to the ritual at the Holy Tomb, right? I hear that a revelation from the goddess is expected. What if she shows herself? Oh, I'll be so jealous.
Why are you jealous? Oh, I guess you have green hair as well. I got a sunflower to gift to somebody.
I can't even imagine what it must be like inside the Holy Tomb.
I don't know either. It's just a place to bury people.
Well, it's probably a grave, that much is for sure. And it's likely underground. Beyond that, who knows? I can't help but wonder, though, just what kind of ritual is this?
Soon enough to find out, right? Oh, I guess I could start inviting people to tea. Maybe I'll invite Dimitri to tea.
Hey! Hi there!
I feel like we had a couple things
In
to give
Brigid,
to teacher.
we have legends. Stories containing people who have a spirit living inside of them. Those spirit people have much strength. They are maybe able to fly in the air or race across the ocean. Hair that shines and eyes that glow. They have qualities that are not unlike what you are looking like, Professor.
Perhaps.
Do not have doubt, Professor. The powers you have are like the powers of the legends.
Okay, go up there. No lost items, thank goodness. Oh no, I spoke too soon. At least it was only poultry.
You're so strong now. I'm starting to understand why you were appointed professor.
Cassbar. Grounding charm. Tattered overcoat. And thunder brand replica. I don't think we have any of those. Oh.
You're so strong. Yeah, that's definitely mine. You really saved me with this. I owe you one, Professor.
It was right next to you, but okay. Annette.
Professor!
Let's raise some motivation, shall we? I guess I could do these two. I don't really see anybody else. And, well, I'll ask Dimitri to tea.
That looks appetizing.
Yeah, you just get it, Professor. This is my favorite.
Okay, motivation increased.
Good deal. Hey, Professor. You seem different. Lots of things seem different around here lately.
Balance scale.
I've noticed it. Have you?
But I can't give her anything. I wonder if I
Hey,
should recruit her
Professor.
first.
Fancy meeting you here. I've got a business, I've got something I want to chat with you about.
Okay.
I know you're busy with a lot of things, but I was wondering if I might be able to join you. Heck, I won't even charge you for my aid. What say you? It's a killer deal. Thank you. Now I'll have plenty of time to get to know my clients better. A merchant needs to know the inner workings of everyone they come in contact with. Helps with the making of the monies, you know.
Okay, so now is she a part of our roster? Okay.
Hey, lots?
So can I give you stuff now? Aha.
Thanks for finding this. I honestly never thought I'd see it again.
Dang, that rose her motivation. Okay. Dang. Okay. Let's go talk to Celine.
I swear, it's like you're an entirely different person.
I haven't changed on the inside.
I guess you're right. If I look hard, I can still tell it's you.
Okay, let's see. See if we have anything first. Unused lipstick, crumpled love letter, the history of straying. I don't have that. Okay, so Gilbert. Oh, I can never find Gilbert. Let's start from the bottom. I think all the top ones are teachers. Animal. God. Bone. Animal bone dice. Shamir. Oh no! Oh. Well, we'll go here anyway, because Dimitri's here.
What? Professor, please. If he hears it from you that he needs to rest, perhaps His Highness will listen.
He's exaggerating. He thinks my color is off and that rest will cure all. I have a headache, but that's just from lack of sleep. It's not going to stop me from completing this month's mission.
Don't overexert yourself.
I must insist.
Who do you think you are? I can take care of myself to do.
Uh-oh. He's getting
In
angry.
any case, we won't let you down this month, Professor. You can rely on us. Thank
Would
you.
like to come to tea? I'm just looking to see what his topics might be, or what his good topics are. Okay. I think I can remember these. I have chamomile.
I
You like
apologize for the wait.
that? It's okay.
This smells good. I wonder how it tastes.
You say that every time.
Thank you. How warm and comforting. So it is. So it is. So it is. So it is. I do my training, and then care for my swords and spears, and then the day is over before I know it. So it is.
So it is?
So it is.
Stop saying that. What kind of gifts do you like? Whetstone, training weight, riding
How
boots,
warm and
ceremonial.
comforting.
You messed me up. I do have some of these things. I have a whetstone.
I appreciate it.
Ooh, almost full motivation.
So it is.
And maybe an owl feather?
I appreciate it.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you for the treat. I had a wonderful time. I would love to do this again, if that is acceptable to you.
Okay. Dang, he said something about a mad king. I wonder if he's gonna go insane.
Hurry up and cage the wild boar. Look, he's losing his grip. Even in his swordplay, he's getting sloppy. If he keeps progressing like this, he's going to get himself killed.
Are you talking about
Tranya,
Dimitri?
Solon, they're dead, but we still have a glut of enemies. We still have to take down the Death Knight and the Flame Emperor. Our next battle is fast approaching. I'm ready for it.
Well, that's good. I think everything. Let's look see who the waxy thing. Wax is Annette. Dusty Book of Fables is Flame. So I think these two are the only ones that I can give away because I cannot find any of the teachers. Or maybe not just the teachers, but the adults. Like, oh, there's Shamir. I couldn't find Aloise for the longest time. There she is.
People who live an inordinately long time, people whose hair changes color, and those odd heroes' relics. Is Fódlan some mystical land full of inhuman creatures?
Clearly.
You should see for yourself. I'd recommend exploring west of the Empire.
That'd be kind of cool. Okay, so you have these.
Thanks. How did you know this was mine?
You also have something else as well. Shamir. Centipede picture.
Thanks. How did you know this was mine?
Well, I'm cheating, and it's so much easier when I cheat. Alright, so the noseless puppet is Gilbert. Intro to Magic is Aloise. Weathered Cloak is Catherine. So Gilbert, Aloise, Catherine, Linhart, Annette, and Flame. Oh, what do you
People
teach?
who is
Oh, nothing I want to learn.
How are you, Professor? Did Hanneman make his "I will do no harm" speech or promise this won't hurt a bit when he asked to study you? Both? I've a bit of research I'd like to perform. Nothing so crass as Hanneman's poking, prodding, and drawing of blood. No, I wish to investigate Crest power itself. Crest power must have some kind of limit, right? Lady Rhea says any limits must be the protection of the goddess, but that doesn't quite answer it for me.
What did I say? Gilbert, Aloise, Catherine, Linhart?
Oh, thank you. I gave up hope of ever finding it.
My elbow's hurting me today. Who's out here? Claude. Or not who I am looking for. Oh no.
Ah! Professor! Sorry, this'll take some getting used to. Your hair and eye color are completely different. You just don't look like yourself anymore.
It's only my appearance that has changed.
Of course, you're right. I'm just being silly as usual. Oh, that! I thought it was gone for good. How did you know it was mine?
I don't have anything else of yours, I'm sorry. What is this? Knight's Tale. Tales of Chivalry, I don't know. Flame. And Aloise is up here as well. Oh, I didn't see if Catherine was up here, though.
Really?
Really? Oh, here you are.
Captain. Oh, Professor, how long have you been standing there? I didn't see you. I was just sorting through Captain Gerald's belongings. I haven't made much progress. I keep finding things that bring back memories.
Aww.
Clearing out this room of his belongings again, it's not easy.
This is the...
Oh, this is mine. I thought it had vanished. Thanks. I owe you.
Oh, flame.
Oh, Professor, I am so happy. Your new hair and eye color suit you well. We make quite the pair. But recently, I sense that things are a bit strained between Lady Rhea and my brother. She wants to do something at the Holy Tomb. I do not know what, but... Whenever it has concluded, I hope they will return to their friendship, as it has always been.
I kind of wish my hair was Flane's color, like the color of Flane's hair. I don't like this puky green color. Okay, here's the dusty book of Fables.
Oh, that is mine! Thank you so very much.
And then... Catherine and Gilbert. And then I don't know who this belongs to. Catherine is not up here. I don't know where she is. Is Gilbert up here? No. Oh, both of them are here. Nice. Nice. I didn't realize that my trash was in me. So sorry about that. Okay, Catherine Gilbert.
Let me consider. Sometimes I find myself thinking I should leave Garrigmock and return to my home, where I should have been all along.
Where should you have been?
Ignore me. I'm sorry. It's a silly thing. An old man's ramblings and nothing more. I hear that Lady Rhea will accompany you for this month's task. She's the pillar that supports the hearts of Fódlan's people. Her safety is paramount. I hope there are no complications.
Gilbert.
Ah, thank you for bringing me this. Life without it was difficult.
A noseless puppet? That's a very strange thing to have a difficult life without.
Kranya is dead. And so is Solon, by your hand. Taking vengeance with your own hand. I'm sure Gerald would be proud.
In our battle last month, we really cut the enemy down to size. But there are other enemies we have yet to hunt down, not least the Flame Emperor. Once we've crushed them all, we can return to our peaceful lives at the monastery. It will happen soon. I have a feeling something big is coming.
Let me do the lost item first, and you are the
Oh, this is mine. Thanks. I'm glad to have it back.
And then...
What? When you changed, even the other professors were taken completely by surprise. There's a ritual at the Holy Tomb this month, isn't there? I wonder what'll happen with that. I'm sure you'll be all right, but don't lose sight of who you really are, okay? However you may change, and whatever new power goes along with those changes, you'll still be the same person deep down. Remember that.
Yes, I will remember that. Ash was in... Where was he? Up here?
I can't even imagine what it must be like. Hey, I've been looking for that. How'd you know?
Yay! Thank goodness. Alright. Who else needs motivation?
Hey!
Oh no. Actually, let's go down. Oh, we have.
Hey!
Oh, let me do the battalion first.
What do you require?
Oh, there's no battalions that are for Ingrid. Okay, interesting. Everybody else has one, I believe. Yes. Okay,
Farewell.
Okay.
Hey there.
Three Umbral Steels? Oh, gee willikers.
Come back anytime.
Welcome.
Okay, everybody's a master except Ingrid and Flame. Oh, and Anna. She's a thief. Okay, so let's buy
This one?
seal.
Thank you.
Let's buy
This one?
seal.
Thank you. This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you.
Oh my god, do I sell her
This
bullion
one?
for money? That's funny.
Thank you.
I have so much shits.
This one? Thank you. This one? Thank you.
I can't wait to use this darks.
This one? Thank you. Please come again.
I didn't
Welcome.
see, permanently increases magic by 1 a collection of especially pure magical herbs. Let's give that to Annette.
Please come again.
What else is there? We have a lot
Welcome.
of buffs that we haven't. Oh, I should give this to Flame. Give this to Dedu. Ambrosia to Dedu, magic staff to Flame.
Please come again. welcome. Please come again.
Oh, that's how we do it. Okay. To do items. I guess I'll watch some of these supplies as well. Oh my god, there are so many. Who do I have one with? Dimitri, Gilbert, Alois, and Shamir. Uh-oh, him and Dimitri are starting
He's
to
always
fight.
with that man from Dusker. How strange.
I'll bet he used some dirty tricks to gain his favor. That's how those scoundrels from Dusker operate.
What?
What a pleasant conversation you seem to be having. May I join?
Don't talk about
Please,
his BF.
continue.
Oh, Your Highness, I was just...
I said continue.
I'm sorry, Your Highness!
Such foolishness runs rampant. I fear it is the reality of Fargus for now.
It must appear strange to them, to see me always in your company.
Does it bother you to do?
Of course not. However,
It never bothers
Let me
him.
guess.
That's a lie.
You take exception to the gossip that you use dirty tricks to obtain your position. Is that it?
that does perturb me, but not for my own sake. I am concerned about your Highness's reputation.
We're not talking about my feelings, but yours. As far as I'm concerned, those fools can talk nonsense until their tongues fall out.
I am afraid I cannot agree. But if you were not concerned for your honor in this instance, then why did you intervene?
Because it is my duty to do so. The day my father was killed, I saw the swine who did it. They were not of Dusker. I saw that, knew it beyond a doubt, and yet I was unable to prevent the massacre that followed. Nor could I clear away the dishonor of regicide that has unjustly clung to you and your people. I will not rest until I make up for that. I owe you, just as I owe the spirits of those I let die.
I do consider Fargus to be abhorrent, but you are an exception. You offered me your hand, and pulled me out from an abyss of suffering and death. You risked your life to save a foreigner you had never met. The moment you extended your hand, I decided that only for your sake would I live the remainder of my life, and I would cast it aside in an instant if my death were to your benefit. For that reason, I cannot consider myself your friend. There are still many in the kingdom who despise the people of Dusker. It would be selfish of me to stand by your side as an equal.
To do.
Your Highness?
Do you really believe I care one bit about the chatter of the ignorant?
Of course not. Please forgive my impudence.
I understand the intention of your words. Still, they grieve me. If you wish it so, you may continue to think of yourself as my vassal. I clearly cannot stop you. We need not be anything more or anything less. If that is what you wish to do, so be it.
Your Highness.
Whoa, what happened? The pan's smoking.
Mercedes, what's going on? My eyes. I can barely breathe.
Oh, Ash, I'm so glad you're here. My cooking's not going very well at all.
What did you put in there?
I used some of this spice, that seasoning, and the herbs on the top shelf. Then I started frying it in oil.
That explains it. We use that herb for smoke bombs. Just turn the heat off and cover the pan.
Oh no, the people in the dining hall don't look so good.
Sorry, everybody. Could we clear out the dining hall for a few minutes, please? Well, some folks were a little annoyed, but at least we got the place cleared out. It's a good thing no one mistook all that smoke for an attack. That could have been a disaster.
I'm so sorry. I always mess everything up.
No, it's my fault. I should have taught you which herbs to avoid. Don't blame yourself.
I just need to figure out how to do it right for next time.
Next time? You still want to try again, even after all that?
Of course! If I didn't, that would just be a waste of everything you taught me.
I guess that's true.
If you quit every time you made a mistake, then you'd never learn anything, right?
Right.
That's a great point.
Ah, maybe my mistake was frying the herb in oil. If I had boiled it instead, then there wouldn't be smoke. What do you think, Ash?
Why would you boil herbs, though? Unless you're making soup.
Boiling, huh? Yeah, that'd be fine.
Great! I'm gonna get this right next time for sure.
Well, at least there's only like one each.
Ingrid? What's the matter, Annette? You look upset.
I'm just so sorry. I had no idea.
I'm not sure I follow. Take a breath. What's going on?
Well, I was really curious about why you're not interested in things like makeup. So I asked some of our friends about it, and...
Oh, I see. I imagine they mentioned that my family was fairly poor, and they probably also mentioned that I lost my fiancé. Correct?
They did. I'm so sorry. It was thoughtless of me to try pushing those things on you.
It's perfectly fine, Annette. It's true, my family struggled financially. It wasn't easy growing up, but it taught me values I wouldn't have learned otherwise. And we weren't so poor that I consider myself deprived. I'm sure my family would have bought me makeup if I had wanted it, but it never mattered enough to me. Not then, and not now.
Oh, so you just never sought that stuff out?
Never. While I acknowledge it can be fun, fussing over my outward appearance isn't an instinct of mine. When I was younger, I'd usually be found covered in dirt, bugs in my hair, and a big smile on my face. Things haven't changed too much since. Then, when my fiancé passed on, my priorities shifted even further. It reminded me of what's most important in life. Beyond that, it's hard to think of myself changing without him around to see it, even if it's something trivial like how I present myself. But talking to you has helped me realize it's okay to loosen up and enjoy those things if I want. So, thank you.
Me? Oh, I didn't do anything at all. Except pester.
More importantly, do you notice anything different about me today?
Oh god, is she wearing makeup?
It's very subtle, but I could tell right away that you were using that makeup I gave you.
You could? Oh, that makes me happy. I was trying to apply it just how you showed me.
You did great, and it really suits you.
Aw,
I think there's
cute.
a lot I can learn from you, Annette. You've helped me embrace a lighter side of life I quite like.
It's my pleasure. Oh, this is so great. Want to go shopping to celebrate?
Shopping? But what would we buy? That
like,
sounds
"Hold
so
on."
overwhelming.
There's a dress I've been eyeing for a while now. I'm certain it will complement your pretty eyes. Just leave it to me, Ingrid. I'll make you the most fabulous knight this world has ever seen.
Oh my gosh, a
Well,
fabulous
that
night.
does sound fun. I look forward to it.
I haven't watched Felix's in a while. Oh, I see.
Hello, Felix. So, it was your turn to clean out the greenhouse, right?
I'll be right back.
Yes.
Well, I went ahead and took care of it. I also cleaned up the warehouse.
Why?
Oh, she did everything.
I just wanted to help you out. So that... Okay, fine. I'm bribing you. So you'll forget.
Forget what?
really gonna make me say it? Before, in the greenhouse, I want you to forget what you saw and heard. If you agree to forget about it, I'll take your shift in the stables. Do we have a deal?
No thanks.
No? But that's not okay! You have to forget about it, right this moment!
I can't. It's permanently etched in my memory. A mountain of sweets, as well as steaks and cakes. Stacks of them, apparently. I'm also intrigued by those bear and swamp beastie songs you mentioned. Ah, and I've been meaning to ask about the move that went along with crumbs and yums. Was that fencing footwork?
Oh, stop it, Felix! You're a villain!
Hmm?
You think you're so funny? Keeping a straight face while mocking my singing and dancing? Well, you have to forget about it! Please! What if I make you a nice steak dinner? You like steak, don't you, Felix? It'll be yummy!
This isn't about steak. I just...
Fine, be stubborn! Tell the whole world for all I care! I'll just learn to live with the funny looks I'll get from everyone. They'll all say, there goes that Annette, the girl with the funny ideas about food. You're just the evilest of villains, Felix! I'll hate you forever and ever!
I was just trying to be nice. Funny ideas about food? Even the bullies in her head are ridiculous. I really don't understand that girl.
She probably should have known that Felix could not be bribed. Sorry, I'm just gonna put my nachos in the microwave.
Spectacular work, Felix!
Why are you here? You're interrupting.
Oh, my apologies. I simply thought you were doing a great job. Just how sharp is that blade of yours, Felix? Do you imagine you might be able to cut something cleanly with it?
Probably.
Ah, wonderful. I have a special request for you then.
You want me to cut this firewood?
I do. I shall toss them one by one to you, and you shall make a sweeping blow to slice them.
Sounds like a chore.
I saw a knight do it once, so surely you can as well. Or perhaps you are worried that you are not capable.
What? I am more than capable.
Right. Show me what you are made of. Here it comes.
Doing them one by one is tedious. Just throw them all at once.
All of them? If you insist. Here we go! Wow, you truly are spectacular!
I know.
You are undoubtedly the most revered woodcutter in all the land. Now I am intrigued. Next time, let us try an even larger woodpile.
Why did I agree to this?
It's okay, Felix. Oh, nice. That's all for him. And then he's only got this. Oh, the same too. Interesting.
Hey, Annette. Hitting the magic books again? Has anyone ever told you that you're pretty cute when you're studying?
Sorry, Sylvain, but I'm trying to think right now. Could you keep quiet for a bit?
She's like, shut up.
How can you stay focused reading a book that thick? With such small print? Is some of that text upside down?
If I use the formula in this line here, the magical energy should... No, that's not right.
You're even cuter when you're working through a difficult problem.
Smack him!
Sylvain, I'm serious. Please be quiet.
Hang on. Look at the third line. You've got the formula wrong.
I said the... Oh, you're right. How did you know that?
Well, I mean, it's written right there.
Most people wouldn't be able to grasp this formula just by glancing at it.
Dang, is Sylvain
Have
really
you read
smart?
this book before?
Nope, this is the first time. Okay, now that I look at it, wow, this book makes things way more complicated than they need to be.
Oh my god, is he a genius?
And what's your take on this part here?
It's just describing another application for the same formula. This is pretty easy.
You know, you're actually kind of amazing.
I've been studying magic for a while now, but
He's just
even
like,
I have trouble with this stuff. You act like all you do is mess around, but are you actually working really hard in secret?
Nah, hanging out with girls is way more fun. I guess I just picked this stuff up somewhere. Life is short, Annette. If you waste it working hard, it'll be over before you know it. Get out in the world. Have some fun.
Yeah,
That's easy for you to say. You're strong and smart without even trying. It's not fair.
Yum. My dinner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, I was just thinking you're pretty cute when you're sulking. You know that?
What is wrong with you?
Hey, I just got lucky with that stuff in the book. I'd normally never be able to outsmart you. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and leave you to it.
Got lucky, huh? I'm not so sure about that. Well, that does it. It might be tough, but I won't accept second place. Let's go, me. I can do this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish this whole book before sundown.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, honey. Hey there, Flayn. I thought I'd drop by and see if you'd care for a...
Now, just a moment, Sylvain. If you must speak with me, I implore you to do so from where you stand. My apologies if this comes across as rude, but please do not come any closer to me.
Oh, what
Excuse me?
I am sorry. My brother has explicitly warned me not to go near you.
Sothis said that? I bet he also told you any woman who comes too close to me is, how does he say it? Doomed to misfortune?
He used those very words. Is it true then?
Come on. He's just messing with you, obviously.
Of course I would prefer to believe that, but one can never know for certain. Particularly when similar stories are constantly in circulation about you. I have heard that men and women alike have been seduced by your nefarious ways.
I hate to suggest my talents are being oversold, but...
I have heard that you toy with people's emotions, like a cat toys with its prey.
Do I really look like such a villain to you?
Well, perhaps not. You do not strike me as much of a charmer.
When you put it like that, I feel like I should defend... Yeah, forget it. Let's get to the actual point.
Did I not tell you, Sylvain? Stay away from me.
It's kind of awkward talking from so far away. Can I please step just a little?
Truly, there are countless terrible stories of your behavior. I've heard that you panic when there aren't women around to flirt with, that you've gone as far as flirting with horses and even chickens.
Oh, come on. Who would even... You should know that your brother has an overactive imagination.
I would like to believe that you are a sincere and reputable person, Sylvain. But there is no smoke without fire. Or so the saying goes.
I may not be the most respectable fellow you'll ever meet, but...
Until I can be certain, please refrain from coming too close to me. Now, if you will excuse me, I must be on my way.
Flayn, wait! Come back! And she's gone. All I was trying to do was deliver a message.
Uh-oh.
Flayn, hey! The professor said we need to come to the cathedral! I'll run really far ahead so you don't have to walk near me! There, I tried telling her. The professor can't be mad about that.
Oh, Sylvain. Okay, sweet. We've gotten through all of them. Except mine. Sorry.
Professor.
Or is it down here? Yes.
Professor. Hello, Professor. You're really on the move today. A lot to get done, I take it? I'm happy to help. Tell me, is there anything I can do to lighten your load a bit? Oh, surely there must be something. Don't be shy about asking for help. We're practically siblings, after all. Cut from the same cloth. I was raised by Gerald just as you were, so we should have no trouble getting along. Huh? Did I not mention that? How thoughtless! What an embarrassing gaffe! My parents died when I was small, and I came to live in the monastery. It was an aimless existence. But sometimes a knight would pass by, wearing magnificent armor. That knight was Gerald. And the first time he laid eyes on me, he made me his squire. What was he thinking, huh? No kidding. I don't think I'll ever fully understand his logic. Later, I heard that the squire preceding me had died of a terrible plague. I looked a bit like him and was about the same age, so Gerald thought me a suitable replacement.
I thought this guy was just
A little nutty, old Gerald, there's no doubt about that. Quite a character. All that was more than 30 years ago. How time flies. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. You never asked him? Well, Gerald hardly seemed to age at all. In fact, over drinks he once told me, perhaps that's a story for another day. At any rate, that's Gerald for you. One of a kind. I don't think there's anyone else quite like him. Right. Well, now you've heard my whole story. I hope that you understand now why I feel such a strong sense of attachment to you. If you're ever in a bind, just give me a holler. I'll help however I can.
Oh, thanks. We can't just say thanks so much.
Indeed. Well, I'll let you get back to it. But truly, if I can take anything off your plate, don't hesitate to let me know.
Here?
Professor.
Oh. Gilbert, eh?
I am sorry to make you tag along with my shopping trip like this. You are very kind to offer your help, even though this is my duty.
I'm happy to help.
In return, I will gladly come to your aid when you need it someday. Though I fear there may not be so many things I can help you with.
Could you help with my combat training?
I would be glad to. However, I would likely learn more from you than you would from me. You made a living as a mercenary under Captain Gerald's guidance. As a comparatively new member of the Knights of Seros, I was not so familiar with his past exploits. Yet, clashing swords with him, even just a handful of times, was enough for his abilities to astound me. You,
Hey,
as
alright,
one
what's
trained by
going
him,
on? How's your
must
night
have
going?
those same great talents. I have devoted my
Hope you
life
had
to
a
the
good
path of a
weekend.
knight. Yet I find your mercenary experience lends your blade.
Wait up! Catch me if you can. Come on, this way. This way.
No.
It is good to see children able to play and to smile.
I never knew you could smile.
Was I smiling? Please, forget you saw that. I do not have the right to such pleasures.
What?
Indeed. For those we have lost will never be able to smile again.
Oh my gosh. Haven't really done anything
I'm
and it's
sorry.
already back to work tomorrow. I know
I did
the
not mean
weekend's
to
too
trouble
short.
you with such talk. Come, let us head back.
I am very pro, like, the 4-day work week. I think I have one more.
Professor.
Shamir.
Hey, Professor. The students seem to like you.
That's good. It would seem that way.
And you're not modest about it. I like that. Still, I can't deny that you've got skills. It's a little strange, to be completely honest. I had my doubts, but they were right to make you a professor. I'd be suspicious of their true intentions, if I were you. But what's it matter? Seems like it turned out just fine for you. I'll admit, it's unbelievable that you used to be a mercenary. I was a merc before coming here, but I can't imagine pulling off your fancy tactician act. I freeze up near royals and nobles.
Well, everybody's different.
You deal with a lot of nobles when you're a merc. I didn't mind putting my life on the line, but I never liked having to bow and scrape to our noble employers. And that's what I like about being a knight. I get to punch all the nobles I want.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking. But the knights do make a good business partner. I don't believe in the Church of Seros. It makes me a bit of an anomaly among the knights. Rhea took me in, so I became a knight to repay my debt to her. I may be a knight, but it still feels like I'm doing the same things I did as a merc. Who knows, though? Maybe you and I will end up working together.
Maybe.
Us knights are a pretty tough crew. I'm guessing you'd run circles around us, though.
Probably.
I'm interested to see where your path leads you.
I'm thinking about taking a few days off this week. Haven't had one in a few months. I think I need a break. Yes. Yeah, Shamir's cool. I don't really know that much about her yet, though. Alright. I guess the only other thing to do, really, is just get... I feel like I've gotten training. I guess Manuela can give me training, and so can Rhea. And then I'll just end the free time. Let's go to Rhea.
Excuse me. You haven't a thing to worry about. You have been gifted the power of the goddess. Furthermore, you have overcome the death of your father, Gerald, and you have destroyed countless of our wicked foes. I am proud, so very proud of who you have become.
Thank you.
Once we finish the ritual at the Holy Tomb, all will be well.
Yeah, the older I get, the more I'm just like... I need to, like, take breaks during work. Oh, have I not talked to you?
Ah, it is you.
Yes.
I am sorry, but I have a lot on my mind. I would prefer to be alone right now.
Okay. Why are you talking like that? Oh, we're so close to leveling up. Yeah, and I just like the more pro breaks I am, like mental health breaks, all of that stuff. Who have I not gotten training from yet? Oh, Manuela. Professor, not who I'm looking for. Where is she? Well, I guess I'll talk to you.
Are you positive? Really? Your appearance is due to the influence of the Crest of Flames? Intriguing. Unfortunately, I have found no record of Nemesis's hair and eye color ever changing. However, if that transformation was brought on in part by the power of the Crest, that would be most, well, I suppose interesting is too small a word. Still, it would be an absolutely exceptional discovery. To know for certain, we must investigate further. So, close off.
What the hell?
What? A full physical is in order, yes? We need to know if this transformation affected you adversely. Don't worry, it won't hurt a bit. Oh, yes, I should call Manuela. My apologies.
He cannot train me. Yes, where's Manuela? I'm gonna check over here first. Actually, maybe this way. I don't know what the difference is between the white and the... Sorry. Aha!
The Holy Tomb, huh? I've worked here for years, and this is the first I've heard of it. I mean, it does make some sense. Sort of. Something about it is still weird. I understand now why they'd build the monastery in the mountainous center of Fódlan. Although, when the monastery was built, the Kingdom and Alliance weren't even around yet. But look how cleverly it was placed, right in the middle of the Empire, Kingdom, and Alliance. That's weird, right?
I mean, yeah.
The glory of progress.
Fantastic. Instruct manually. I think I'll keep them here. Let's actually start from the bottom up, maybe? Yeah, I want to see where you're at. Sword and bow.
You could make a ton of money with your instructing skills.
What the heck?
You could make a ton of... Ooh!
I have done it!
Only one? Oh, man. Walter Sylvain.
I thought this was a test.
I thought this was a test.
All right, that's enough praise.
This will... This will be...
2. I can do Dimitri and Dimitri next week.
Yes! Yes! Thanks.
Quite intriguing. Thank you. It was nothing. Of course I got it. No need to butter me up.
Oh, he's real close to leveling as well.
This could be useful. Maybe.
Maybe. You chose best house on your first playthrough? Yeah, I was recommended to do the Blue Lions first. How's your night going? Fódlan has been around for a really long time. That means it's just loaded with treasure. How do you figure I should go about finding all of it? Read up on the history of the areas for clues, investigate local folklore from different regions, hire someone to find it, then Renege on the finder's fee. Oh my gosh, don't do that.
Aha! That's it!
Yes, more motivation.
Hey there, Professor.
I can't really make great recommendations on goods when I don't understand their inherent value. I'd like to better understand swords so I can better sell them. Focusing on my skill with the blade seems the best way. Aren't you already? Oh, you're sword and... I mean... Okay.
I will enjoy this.
You can count on me.
We did well enough.
I'm a natural. Aha!
Yes, I need more of my healers to level up. That goal change is weird. Yeah, I've been kind of... There have been some goal changes where they'll... Like, Felix wanted to change from sword reason just to sword. And then I want to say the next week he wanted to switch back to sword reason. And I'm just like, what? Okay, so I'll just keep you at sword reason. No worries. Sometimes suggest goals that are already set. I know, right? I've noticed that as well. I don't want to explore. I don't think that there's anybody who can be certified. I don't believe the Ingrid is ready. 30%, 46%, and that's it. Okay, she's so not ready. So we'll just do a battle. You're the teacher, you tell your students to shut up and force them to learn. Yes, do what I say. Do what I say. We won't do this first. This one's gonna be kind of easy. I feel like these don't go away. Like they say they do, but they don't.
There you are. I was looking for you. I need a favor.
A favor? It's unusual for you to ask for help. You want to spar, right? I'll say that.
Yes, it's an unusual favor. My father sent a messenger. He wants me to return to Fraldaria's territory. Rodriga Shiel Fraldarius, the highest-ranking member of the Fargus nobility. I believe you've met him, so I heard. But about the favor. You're familiar with the tragedy of Dusthill, I presume?
Yes. I can't recall.
After the king's death, public order disintegrated. Bandits continued to raid villages across the kingdom, including those within Fraldaria's territory. My father says he needs my help driving the bandits away.
And you want me to join you? Dude's asking the teacher if he can cut class. Yep. He's like, but
perhaps I shouldn't pull you into this.
To go fight some people.
It stems from my family's failure
like,
to secure
okay.
the region. But honestly, I want to see you in action. I never tire of watching you fight. And it'll be much more interesting for you than the training ground. Or maybe this task, driving off bandits, seems dull to a former mercenary?
It's going to be dull because we out-level this.
Excellent. While I'm at it, I have a second favor to ask of you.
2 favors?
Could you recruit more fighters? I bet there will be willing volunteers if you're the one inviting them. I'll set off on my own and meet up with you there.
Felix or Rodrigue falls in
Struggling to
battle
defeat
order?
some bandits? What a pathetic old man my father is. Some villagers are trapped. Let's help them escape.
Ooh, I get to
Felix,
see,
my son, you finally brought reinforcements.
I get to see Anna in battle. Rescue the villagers being attacked by the bandits and get them off the battlefield. He looks pretty secure. He also looks pretty secure. This one not so much. Get them off the battlefield. What do you mean? Like, get them to these gates?
I'm on it.
Maybe I don't want to use that lance.
You're out of luck.
Let us away.
I guess I could.
Aye,
I should make sure that Flame gets some killing
I'll give it my
blows
all.
here.
I can't lose! I must steel myself.
Oh yeah, you're a sniper now. That was so
What should I do?
behind us? Oh.
Ready.
Defenseless, are we? Nice. Oh, did she miss? Oh, okay. I was like, wait.
Overall,
I've never seen the flying units attack before. That was cool. So do you get to run away now? Hold on. Who's that? Okay, this is fine.
Here goes. Stay focused.
I'll go.
I'll cut through.
here we go.
I am spent.
Yes. Maybe we'll get her to 20 this battle.
A bit
Or
disappointed.
this weekend.
It's time!
I'm surprised Annette didn't counterattack. Okay.
Everything will be fine. Good people of this hamlet, escape while you can.
What? Yeah, but. Why did he start running the other way? There was a gate right there. Foolish.
seems I prevailed.
We're so far away from everybody.
Guess I've gotten better.
Yes, congratulations. It seems a bandit in the fortress is calling for reinforcements.
On my family's order!
Oh my god, these villagers, I don't know where they're going. Maybe I just have to kill all of the villains before any of them die. They're all running away from the gates. So whatever. Who else is over here? Is the neck close? And that's close to this guy. Howling noise for the level up sound sounds like something out of Scooby-Doo. It does.
Weakling. That should put a stop to their reinforcements.
Oh, that's good. I feel like these two, like, he'll take care of him unless he attacks Annette, which that's fine. I want to bring her over here. Oh, this villager's gonna die, actually.
Thanks.
I think you're gonna die anyway, but what can you do? Who else is in trouble?
to memory.
Oh, I don't know what that spell was. Okay, let's... This guy is so effed. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Dimitri, I forgot about you. Who else needs to go? Oh, Byleth.
I can't hold on any longer.
Well, you should have ran towards the gate that was actually open.
You weren't ready.
Okay, what's that pose?
My technique could use some polish. You fought well.
Can't afford to lose.
Specific gate that they had to make it out of.
The fight continues.
I don't think I have anybody who can get over here. Maybe. I could just kill him now and end it. Oh my god, that's so cool.
That should do it. We've chased those ruffians away for good.
Thank you so much for your assistance. Please, accept this small gift as thanks.
Man, I didn't say whoa dough. Whoa dow. I wonder what that sword does. We can send this door key to the convoy. Ingrid, okay. Looks like your Discord link is broken, but from the IG I see you just started Authority. I hope you like it more than I did. Didn't have nearly as much of the insane stuff liked about Annihilation. I loved Annihilation. And honestly, I saw the movie before I started reading the book, and I didn't realize that the movie was nothing like the book until I started reading it. But I wish that they would make a movie that was like more dedicated to the content within the book, because it was so creepy. I'm about halfway through Authority right now, and I still find it kind of interesting. I wish that there was more about inside of Area X that we were finding out, but I still am intrigued about, because I can picture like being in a position on the outside, like trying to find out what's inside, but not like going inside myself. I'm really interested. The book and the movie are both great for their own reasons. Yeah, I loved the movie. It has really bad reviews, but I hate reviews because everything is subjective. But oh my gosh. I just loaned Annihilation to my friend today because I was like, if you like sci-fi, like you have to read this book. It's 150 pages. You could finish it in probably like a day if you're like an avid reader. I haven't gotten... Have you read all 3 books? Have you read Acceptance?
We are grateful for your help. I doubt those bandits will stop anytime soon, but at least this village is safe. This village was important to the late king. If we hadn't saved it, I wouldn't have been able to face his majesty.
Oh, let me see if I can fix my Discord link. How
Pardon?
foolish.
We were protecting your subjects, not your ego. I don't give a damn as to whether you can bring yourself to face a dead king.
I will not tolerate such language from you.
I came here to hone my blade and to save innocent people. I suppose if I had died, you would say the same thing you did after Glenn's death. He died like a true knight. I have nothing more to say. I'm going back.
I'm sorry you had to see that. He's been that way for 4 years now.
Yeah, we know.
Of course,
is really grumpy.
I understand his sentiment, to some extent. It all comes down to, well, a difference of opinion.
I think that link should work. I understand Felix as well. Just leave him be. I'll say that.
So that's how you feel about it. How fortunate Felix is to have met someone like you. There's nothing as heartening as having someone around who really understands you. He's an odd boy, thick-headed in some ways, but he's my son all the same. I'm glad he has you to look after him.
There, I changed it. Thanks for letting me know that it was broken. It's pretty dead. Like, nobody is really active on my server. But, I don't know. I post a lot of, like, Marvel stuff in there and other things, so it's kind of like my own place to geek out. Okay, so let's do... I guess we'll just do all... Or maybe I should try this one. Maybe I'll do one easy one and one hard one, because I'm going to do them next weekend as well, and then the mission is the weekend after. But yeah, I need to get Acceptance. I'm going to read the first Game of Thrones book next, I think. And then after that, I think I'm going to start reading a book called Cleopatra's Daughter. My goal is to read 24 books this year, and I think I'm going to beat that with flying colors. Okay, let's make sure. This is going to be a harder battle, so I guess let's make sure everybody has some healing potions. Let's get rid of this chest here. Let's give him that. Ooh, let's give you something. Okay, oh no. We don't have anything else. Oh no. Who has 2? Does anybody have 2? No. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Can talk new weird books in there? True. After Annihilation, I had trouble finding other stories that held my interest, and I turned to Bizarro novels, which just were totally off the wall. Haven't heard of Cleopatra's Daughter. Game of Thrones and the other books are good if you accept that the 5th book will probably be the last one. So, I keep reading, like, I follow George R. R. Martin on Twitter, and he, like, keeps promising that he's going to finish it, and I'm just like, ugh. I mean, if he passes away, obviously...
Stay focused.
He can't help that. But I think, like, if he just decided to stop writing it, it would be really bad. Like, I feel like the fans are, like, really betrayed. Especially after the ending of the show.
Should I have held back?
So bad. I hope they redo that.
Let us away.
Maybe we don't put you in there. Where's Dimitri?
I'll cut through.
Oh, they're all gonna attack you, eh? Let's put a net up there. Where's the net for
Here
Rally? She doesn't reach anybody. Okay.
I'm on it. Gotcha.
On the plus side, the books don't fall off like the show. Oh my gosh. I'm most excited to like see what happens
It's
with
all
Bran
becoming
and the
clear.
Three-Eyed Raven in the book, and like to see if they go into any more like backstory about the Night King and the Children of the Forest. Like that's the shit I was interested in, and the fact that no answers ever came, I was so disappointed. Like the last season was entertaining,
Ready.
but oh, you're gonna go after her, eh? But I wish that I would have gotten more out of it. Let's rally behind you.
So,
What should I do?
You're my tank, but you're not anybody. It's okay.
I'll give it my all.
Here we go.
I think this hits everybody except the outer.
Thank you.
And then her. Oh, I didn't even see that thing. Oh my god. I didn't see if he had any.
Try this on for size.
I did what I had to.
Well, I should probably look around to see if there are any more of those creatures.
That is that. I'm not set.
I'm not setting a very good example, even though I just leveled up and killed somebody in one shot.
Well, that worked out.
I think most of the fans kind of expected the books to end where they are. Oh, really? What, me and my mom were talking about this the other day because she's read the books and I haven't. And I was like, I cannot imagine being George R. R. Martin and having the show's ending also be my ending. and then seeing that everybody hated it and had to go back and delete everything that I had and start over. Oh my gosh. What if that's what happened? And that's why it's taking so long. After this long of a wait after dance. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's been years, hasn't it? The show felt like it would be the real end, but then season 8 happened, yeah. The only hope that we have is that somebody will redo it. I'll go here and I'll attack this guy. Because it looks like all of the rest are going to attack him as well. That could be part of it. I hope that George R.R. Martin had a better ending than that planned, but yeah, you just never know. Okay, so wait, let me look around. Where's my goal? Where am I trying to get to? Back here? Just here? You? Oh no, there's more of them here. I don't see any more creatures though. Jeez, we have to go far. Alright.
It's the least I could do.
Nobody buys Bran as king with Tyrion saying who has a better story than the kid that didn't have a story for most of the story, and Sansa, like, his dick broke though. Oh my gosh. I just, they could have done so many cool things with the Three-Eyed Raven and like the Night King, the children, like that. Honestly, the Night King, the Children of the Forest, and the Three-Eyed Raven could have been a spin-off like all its own, and they just blew it. And what's even worse is that now nobody trusts the writers, so anything that they work on in the future, they're not going to get any views because what they did fucking blew.
Yeah! Oh! I had no choice. A change for the better.
They were supposed to work on Star Wars thing, then that fell through. Yeah, I read that they lost that, and then they started, now they have like a Game of Thrones spin-off in the works, but I already know it's gonna be treated like a joke. I don't want to Gambit again, I don't think. I just want to get everybody like Cordidu. It's so heavy.
Should I have held back?
No. Is he gonna attack? Oh, nice. The show that's supposed to be about the Mad King, yeah. I think that it could be successful if they got some different writers for it, but I think the fact that they're having the two, who are they? What are they called? Like J and B or D and B or something like that. I think the fact that they're keeping those two on is going to be what ruins that show.
My brother will be pleased.
D&B, I think, yeah, I think so. I was like, I think I remember everybody like referring to them by their initial. I don't have enough power alone to attack this guy. Dimitri can't reach. Wait, where am I trying to? Over here? D&D. Okay. That's why that became a thing. Okay. Oh, DB. I was thinking of the initials of the second guy.
Is this a joke? There's so much left to learn.
Like, what's the point of watching something that they put together if you know...
Thank you.
If you know what they're gonna do for the last season once they get bored of writing it. And what's even worse is that they could have hired new writers if they were so bored of writing it.
Ha! You saved me.
Alright, let's give this a shot, eh? I do not have any emerald steels to repair this. My guy's taking the brunt of this hit.
Over already? Have I improved some?
Who hasn't moved? Oh, Soulmate.
Let's win this already.
When the shitstorm for Season 8 happened, I think I remember seeing people mention that their best work was of adaptions. So when they ran out of solid materials, when things started to get goofy, and past things they had done went well. So the sad thing about that is it just shows how unskilled they are as creative writers, because literally the entire story was laid out for them. They had every single step. Literally all they had to do was tie up loose ends. That's all. And they couldn't do that. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. But you know, like you probably felt that frustration as well. Past things they had done went well, but the Mad King story is probably half ready too, so it'll fall apart too. Yeah, I have a feeling that's gonna be what the expectation is. Like, oh, they're gonna get so much shit on Twitter, like, oh, are they gonna ruin this one too? Like, that's just gonna be their... Hey, leave Sylvain alone. Oh my god! Took so much damage. Oh, fuck! Sylvain might die now. Fucked up. Oh, that's really
careful, please. You're a big help.
They were able to adapt huge novels into more digestible TV formats, so they deserve credit for that. True. The thing is nasty. Yeah, I was not expecting him to take so much damage. Break out some siege engines for that boy, right? I know, all of like the... I don't know, like you would think that Fódlan would be more advanced than this and have like mobile weaponry, but I guess not. They don't have guns or anything. I guess... does somebody else need heals?
Huh, thanks.
Felix, let's bring you. He's still very far away. That's a lot of damage.
That is that.
Yep, you fucked up.
As expected.
Why is Anna getting... Oh, because I recruited her. Okay,
We
okay.
must all do our part.
I know a good deal when I see it.
Uh-oh. Oh, nice. You missed us. My turn. Okay, can we attack the right person now, please? Thank you.
It's our chance to prevail.
Disoriented. Now's our chance.
I'm on it.
A lot of XP. Rusted axe.
That was tough.
That looked awesome. Then had the
Is this
running
a
from a
joke?
ghost noise right after. Yeah. Oh, nice. Oh, that's who I had to kill? There was a whole bunch of guys in the back. Wait, did I not? Okay, whatever. Not gonna question it. I thought that there were so many other guys I had to kill. Okay. Yes. I'm gonna keep the group tasks the same. Dimitri is literally just like the one.
That's
Just gonna do sword.
all. Thank. That. All due to your. It's all coming together.
Yes. Use only one. Mercedes only one.
That was challenging. That was challenging.
That's all.
I could do this in my sleep. Feels pretty good getting a compliment. Ooh, newfound knowledge.
And that's all, folks.
Hey there, Professor.
I can see study of sword and... Oh my gosh. No! Focus on sword and face skills. No. They must have a specific amount of like goal changes that they queue, or like that trigger. Felix, we'll host a tea party. What is Felix's tea party? Cheats. Tea party. Blue Lions, Felix. What kind of tea do you like? You like Almerian, pine needles, and forest spice blend. I don't have any of those. So we'll just give you some ginger.
Why am I here?
Bitch, because it's your birthday. What kind of conversation do you like? Cats? Okay. Hey Truth, what's going on? How's your night going?
Thank you.
Felix is so rude.
Hot.
Hot? That's all you have to say about it?
What?
Impressive. That's impressive. Children at the market.
Yes.
Cats?
Yes.
Oh, they really loved that.
Yes.
Reliable.
Impressive. You intrigue me. What made you so strong?
What?
Yes.
Sometimes the things needed for these conversations is really weird. What do you like for gifts? You like smoked meat, hunting dagger, training weight, ceremonial sword. I think I've got smoked meat. And I have a training weight. Let's do that.
Aha, this is nice.
I got strong on tea and breakfast pastries, yes. The breakfast of champions. That's all for you, Felix. You are rude to me.
Thanks for your hospitality. I hope you'll invite me again sometime.
Lots of basketball watching tonight. Is basketball season now? I'm so, like, not sports oriented. Oh, only Felix's charm increased from that, not mine.
Pretty good job, if I do say so myself.
Impressed yet?
Is Felix being nice? What is this? So we invited him to tea because it was his birthday. And the first thing he said was, "What am I doing here?" So he wasn't even being that nice. Maybe Ingrid is ready? Probably not. 46%. She needs writing. What about Flame? Oh, Flame's not even level 20 yet. Oh, I can... Oh, interesting. Okay. Wait, does nobody... somebody has an advanced seal. I know they do. Did I put them all in the... trade? You need to work on your writing skill. Assassin. Let's do it. Yes. Yes. Oh shoot, I should have repaired. Oh wait, I still can, I think.
There you are. I have a request for you.
Truth, have you been playing Valheim with Alex and them?
It has to do with that plot to assassinate Lady Rhea.
That
The
was
bishop
so
leading
long
the
ago.
Western Church was somehow involved.
Over that yet?
Enough is enough. So now the Knights of Seros have been tasked with putting the bishop down. I thought you and your students could come with us.
For putting a bishop down? Why would you want us to help?
Because you wield the sword of the Creator. Lady Rhea is going to personally execute the bishop. I have been appointed as her guard. I want your help protecting her. So, what do you say? Will you come?
For being a religious leader,
excuse me.
Lady Rhea sure likes
I'd like to
killing
come
people
along.
a whole lot.
Ash, you were listening in? It's not up to you whether you can come along.
Please,
I
this
guess
is
that
important to me.
is the center of some religions.
Your adoptive father, Lord Lanato, had connections to the Western Church.
I've never
I
really caught
understand
the
that you want
survival,
answers.
the survival game
But
fever.
our objective is to
I
punish,
was really
not to
liking it, like,
investigate. We
I
can't
played
let
that
you
all
jeopardize
last
the
night
mission.
and all today.
I won't get in the way. I
Like,
promise.
I'm taking over.
What do you say, Professor? Keep in mind, we would be bringing the whole class, not just Ash.
We'll go.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I guess it's fine. Get ready then.
I didn't realize that it was still in early access or early release. Or what's it called? Like, I wonder when the entire game releases. Valheim. Full release. Let's go! Root the enemy or defend Rhea for 10 turns. Ash, Catherine, or Rhea falls in battle.
There she is.
Ooh, it's foggy.
A sneaky little witch, trying to pass herself off as the goddess's envoy. Archbishop Rhea, I'll bring judgment upon you in the goddess's stead.
They're using the fog as cover to ambush us. What a cheap ploy.
It won't do any good to get annoyed, Catherine. That voice. We are up against a faction of bishops.
They've shown themselves at least, so we won't have to go to the trouble of finding them. All right, you got a death wish? Come at me! You really want
vein
to
in
fight
her
against
head is
Thunder,
popping.
Catherine? Please, Professor, don't let Lady Rhea get hurt.
I won't.
Our mission isn't just to wipe out all the enemies, but also to protect Lady Rhea. Ready?
Protect Rhea for 10 turns. So do all I have to do is just like stand here?
Ready.
Well, we know this bishop is down here, right?
Here goes.
What should I do?
I'm on it.
Oh, that scared me. Oh.
I'll go.
Stay focused.
I'll cut through.
There's water, so I don't think that there's anybody here.
Here we go.
I'll give it my all.
Oh, plane.
Let us away.
Like, there are interesting things about those game designs, but they usually don't keep me interested. I tried Rust and I think Arma a long time ago. Oh, I never played Arma. Closest I got to getting involved in survival games was playing The Forest with some friends for a few weeks. Never stuck with any others. You say that now, but wait till you face the Boogie Board Battalion. Oh no. Oh wait, is it my turn again? Oh no, it's Catherine's. Oh wait, am I controlling Catherine?
Crush them all.
Where are they? There was one guy down here talking. Not over here. I assume there's some like hiding over here and over here. Maybe up here. I've been really enjoying Valheim. So far, it hasn't really been like survival. Well, because you don't have to like eat or drink or sleep in order to survive. But it's kind of like how Ark was when Ark first came out.
You're finished!
Yes.
I did what I had to.
Where like you just farmed a bunch of mats and then built stuff.
Seems I prevailed.
You're on a freaking roll.
Have I improved some?
Oh my gosh, there's so many guys over here.
I aim for greatness.
Ass though. Weird start to a mission, yeah.
Try this on for size.
She's doing so good.
Next?
Oh my god, she used to be my weakest link. She's growing up.
I had no choice.
Mess with the net. How many enemies are there? She is.
What's done is done.
There was like 10 horses in that corner. Okay, so let's go here. Really? Okay, whatever, I'll just
Saw that coming.
Oh, there's two of them here. Okay, yeah, I don't like the fog.
The fight continues.
Well, that didn't give him very much XP. I guess this is a little shorter. Or this mission is a little lower level than all of us. I think it's level 17 recommended. So I'll put her here to guard that way. Nobody in the trees, here's a heal. I should heal. Wait, why can't I heal?
Thank you.
Surely there are no more enemies over in this corner here. Oh, there is! That scared me.
What's next? This is
what a real man looks like. Nice!
I prevailed.
Yes, go Flame.
They say experience be.
Knew you could do it.
Okay, who else needs to go? Catherine? Miss! Thank goodness.
Fighting is what I do.
Apostates will suffer the punishment of the goddess!
Nice try.
Haha, get wrecked. There's a lot of people behind those bushes. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh no.
That is that. Should I have held back?
They have all the same kinds of fighters together.
As expected.
But you can't see them, so you don't know how to split up your people. Oh no, I'm gonna die.
I must call it a day.
What the hell? Okay, where's Dedu? He needs help, like now.
Thank you.
I will break.
Please don't miss. Nice.
Sufficient.
Okay, and there's another guy over here. I can't forget that. Okay, let's do this. So I assume that there's like 3 of these guys over here. 3 at least.
That one is
Only one has
expected.
shown itself so far, and there's been like 3 or 4 in each corner. Catherine, there's no. Aha! Okay. Oh, really? Is there one of these guys in each corner? Does it appear so? Okay, let's try. Maybe I'm there. Nice.
Gotta use your head sometimes.
Oh, nice. Another miss. And a wasted turn. Did that almost kill her? Hold on, I need to go back to Catherine. Oh!
And forced me to retreat, huh?
Damn! Wait, how do I do that? When can I move back? To this one? Wait. I can go back as far as I want? I'm confused. Okay, maybe I keep Catherine here. Oh no! He might not miss this time then. Oh, nice. Does Rhea help, or is she just out here to attract enemies? She's just out here. Oof, that seems oddly forgiving. So one of the powers that we have, that we got like from the goddess, is to rewind and basically like fuck ups. Hey Pino, what's going on? How's your night going?
Won't work.
Oh my god. Sylvain, a dodging god. Oh no. What?
Easy.
Oh my god, I cannot believe he lived.
You're weak.
You didn't give it your all.
What's over here? Wait, why did it go over here? Wait, do I know somebody over here? Who the fuck is over here? I wonder if there's a creature over here. Oh no. Okay,
Got too
Sylvain,
cocky.
we need to get you away. Or maybe...
Here we go.
I just can't help you.
I'll crush them all.
But so the thing is, I don't know if I can use rewind at will. Like, I think something has to happen in order to trigger.
All for Lady Rhea.
Turn-based game always kicks my ass. Oh my gosh, this is like... Do I have any... I do. It's not gonna give me any HP though. Oh my god, it gave me 10. They need to upgrade the potions. Upgrade your potions, please. Can I? I can't. No, she's just unusable. Okay.
I'll cut through.
Let's see what's over here.
Ready.
Okay. And actually, let me
Here goes.
Apostates, you sully the name of the goddess!
You are the apostates. The goddess is with me.
I guess I honestly probably could have just stayed in the circle because he's gonna die. I probably could have stayed in the circle because they don't seem to be like the enemies that I needed to fight like would have advanced, and the guys, the two apostles, like would have stayed at the corner, it seems like, but
What should I do?
miss.
Had to be done.
I
Where are
on?
we going? We're going over here? Who else needs to go? These two. Is
Stay
there anybody
focused.
else over here? No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, so maybe
Oh,
we bring
okay.
Felix over here. Oh, bye, Sylvain. It's all good.
Fighting is what I do.
I don't think that guy will move, but maybe he will. Oh, it like said there was an ally over here. Unless my ally is like meant to be. Oh my god, are you serious? That was lame. Why? Why can't I attack? Oh, that's so stupid. Okay, whatever. Okay, I don't think there's anybody over here, but... Dimitri should be able to take care of that guy. There's only one way to determine who the true apostate is. An apostate exam, yes.
That was tough.
That was tough. Okay, so Dedu should be fine, I think, but I am going to heal him again, just in case.
Useful.
And just bring him like to the very edge. Okay, it doesn't look like there's anybody over here. Catherine's the only one, and I can't attack. It doesn't let me attack, so that's like really lame. But I need the vision. So I guess I'll use Felix my next turn.
Now!
Nice try.
That worked
Does
out.
standing in the bushes give defensive bonuses? I think it increases your avoidance. So you're like more likely to dodge. Okay, I don't know what the ally face is then. It keeps going like this random ass. There's a ladder here. What the fuck? I didn't see this ladder. What did he look at us? It's like a piece of lint.
The fight continues.
It seems that taking out the priest has stopped the reinforcements coming over here. We should be able to stop the reinforcements coming from the other side by taking care of the other priest.
I see. Okay, okay. I didn't even see that there was a ladder there. Oh my god, he's powerful. Why is he so beefy?
It's our chance to prevail. Is that all?
Yep, that's all.
I must keep aiming higher.
They will not be able to send any more troops now. Let us sweep up the stragglers.
Good work, Lady Rhea. Let's round them up and cut them down.
Oh, I was like, yes, are you going to speak? Okay, let's use Felix to give the vision. Don't miss, don't miss, don't miss, don't miss. Nice.
I'll never back down.
Oh, we received a secret book. Oh, there's more of them. Oh, this guy? Or is there more of them that I still cannot see? It must just be this guy. I guess we'll find out. Another ally phase? Oh, he must be the ally? What? I guess we'll find out.
No hard feelings.
Okay,
Goddess, have mercy. Forgive them their sins and save their souls.
It would have been better if we'd captured the bishop, but they didn't make it easy for us. What now, Lady Rhea?
We must go to the headquarters of the Western Church. Perhaps there is still someone there who knows what has transpired.
Let us help too. It may not be much, but we'll do whatever we can.
I am sure you will be a great help. I am glad to have you by my side.
Lady Rhea doesn't ever want to capture anybody. Oh yes, I will steal. Which is why I am still suspicious of her. And I still don't trust her, because she doesn't actually want information. Because if she did, she could get it. She's more than capable. Just something not right about her. Was that my second battle? I don't remember.
Thanks, Professor. I really appreciated your help with the investigation.
That was my first one.
That's it for today. Head back to Garreg Mach. The church will have to choose a new bishop and do whatever else is necessary to rebuild the Western Church. Lady Rhea is grateful to all of you. She said she would send along a reward. You should feel very proud. Receiving a gift directly from Lady Rhea is exceedingly rare. Still, that was a real mess, huh? For them to come out and charge us so boldly.
I thought we were doomed. I'm glad we made it out.
As am
Little
I.
does she know we
kept
rewound
Lady
when
Rhea
she
safe
died.
thanks to you. Hey, where did Ash go? I haven't seen him for a while.
No idea. He couldn't still be back there, could he?
That may be it. I hope he's not getting in the way. There you are, Ash. We were just talking about... Why the brooding expression? Hey, what's that bundle of papers in your hand?
Uh-oh.
This was given to me. It has to do with my family.
Given to you by who?
I haven't finished reading it all yet. But I think it might offer some clues about something I need to know. Professor, Catherine, thank you for letting me come with you on this mission. I'd better get ready to go.
It's a little painful to watch. I do hope that those papers, whatever they are, will help him get over his past. I suppose it's time for us to start heading back to the monastery.
If this was my second, or if this was my first battle, I don't think I'm gonna do a second one. Yeah. I'll just, because I want to do the mission more than anything. Whose birthday is it? We will give her
I am
flowers.
grateful.
Yeah, she's not in my house. It's time for the mission. But first, I should prepare and make sure everything is up to snuff. Well, I guess I can't really repair first, but no. We'll have another steel sword. Oh, I have a critical ring, so that's fine. He's got enough weapons. I don't know. We'll give... It's just in case. Oh, excuse me.
A revelation from the goddess. To think we'll have the honor of attending such a historical event.
I hear the Archbishop will accompany us to the Holy Tomb.
If something happens to her, all of Fódlan will suffer. We must protect her at all costs.
This may sound mad, but perhaps we don't have to worry so much about that. Lady Rhea has said before that she is capable of protecting herself. I have a feeling that is true. I thought it was a strange thing for her to say. And beyond that, her movements bring to mind a great warrior with an extensive military background.
If so, we have nothing to fear.
Mind, it's also possible that I'm way off track. Regardless, perhaps we should brace ourselves for anything.
I never imagined attending a ceremony for a real revelation.
I wonder what the ceremony will be like. I'm so nervous. I'm not ready for this.
There's no chance for battle unless something goes terribly wrong, right? Oh, boring.
If you keep saying things like that, something bad is bound to happen.
What's wrong, Flane? You look like you have something on your mind. Who, me? No, it is nothing. May we all see this through to the end.
Your Highness, I will protect you no matter what. Your Highness?
Uh-oh. He's upset. Lost in thought. You haven't seemed like yourself lately.
I haven't been sleeping well recently, and my head aches. But no need to worry. Let's focus on the task at hand. It's about time for Lady Rhea to arrive. Let's all steel ourselves for whatever may occur at the ceremony.
Are you surprised, Professor? This is the Holy Tomb.
Incredible. To think such a vast space has been hiding beneath the monastery all this time. I wonder what powers that giant mechanism that descends beneath the ground.
This is where the goddess who created this world was laid to rest, along with her children. It is said that our creator, the goddess Sothis, sat upon this very throne. Professor, do you recognize this throne?
Okay, well, would you like to sit here and spoil it for me? No.
So long. I have waited so very long for this day. Sit upon the throne. I have no doubt you will be gifted a revelation from the goddess. Well? It was supposed to be but a step away. What could possibly be missing?
The goddess.
Halt! Reveal yourself!
Uh-oh.
Don't move, any of you. If you move, your lives will be forfeit. Thank you ever so much for guiding us this far. The Imperial Army will now take possession of everything in the Holy Tomb.
Why is the Imperial Army here?
This can't be. How did they get into Garreg Mach?
Even the Flame Emperor is here. That can only mean...
The Death Knight's
The
here.
Flame Emperor is connected to the Empire.
Oh.
What do you know?
The Empire is an
I never
Edelgard's
imagined you'd have the
land?
nerve to return here. What are you after, Flame Emperor?
Is it not obvious? The Holy Tomb contains great power. The power to rule all of Fódlan.
What?
And to attain that power, you'll trample anything that stands in your way. Just like you did in Dusker.
I had nothing to do with that. Quickly retrieve the Crest Stones. Kill for them if you must.
Insolence! You will atone for the sin of trampling on this holy resting place. Professor, destroy these villainous traitors who dare dishonor our creator.
Yes.
Welcome!
Blanky Poo! Armory. No. Blacksmith.
Oh, hi.
What's up? How was the rest of your raid? How was the rest of your stream? How many of these do I have?
Is that the one?
17. Okay.
Thanks a bunch.
Oh, I should have prepared his other one. Shoot.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
Could have been better. Did you guys beat him? It is what it is. Did you guys win though?
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
No. What are you guys doing it on Mythic? I was trying to see. No Mithril.
Is that the one? Thanks a bunch. Is that the one? Thanks a bunch.
It's only heroic. Oh, okay. We noobs? No, you're not. Perfect. Battalion hires. Anybody not have a battalion? Ingrid, but Ingrid doesn't get one. We don't have one for her yet.
is that the one?
Thank you for the resub. I cannot believe it's been 37 months. I feel like every time I stream you resub, it just goes to show how very little I stream. Okay, let's do it. Wait, did I?
Welcome.
Yes, did I repair any of Byleth's stuff? Oh, I don't really need to, but I'll probably
come back.
Let's do it. Defeat the enemy commander, all your units fall in battle.
I will not allow such violence from the Empire. Strike down the rebels and protect the Holy Tomb.
Are you gonna help me?
The Crest Stones are in the caskets! Open every last one of them!
Oh god, they have the
Holy
monsters.
Tomb must not be desecrated. Protect as many of the Crest Stones as you can.
Oh god. Protect the Crest Stones. If they're stolen, you can get them back by defeating the foes that have them. You can earn rewards based on the number of Crest Stones you protected. Oh
Heretics.
god.
What could be gained from desecrating these tombs and disgracing the dead?
In these tiny little tombs here, I guess I'm confused. Like, are these the things that I need to protect? These little things? Or is it something different? Oh, is it the ones with the crystals? I don't know. Getting those anniversary, yes, and what is what matters, those notifications, yes, love it. Okay, Bo, I appreciate it. How's your night going so far? Okay, I think it's these, because these are the only things that look like tombs, or maybe it's these little chests. Everything is so tiny. And that's the seat up there. Okay, oh, this. Is it this?
Stay focused.
Oh, and nobody can, okay, let's see. Let me do this.
Here goes.
I owe you one. I'm on it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so far I slept for like 12 hours. I love it. I love sleeping. Let's move back here.
Ready.
Nice try. Try this on for size.
Yes.
Seems I prevailed.
I love sleeping. Sleeping is one of my favorite things to do. Okay, who else can hit what? Maybe
I'll give it my all.
I'll go.
What should I do?
Here we go.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
I'll cut through.
Tree over this way. Wait, where's Flame? Why don't I have Flame? Oh shit. Oh well.
weak. I will break you.
Nice.
Give up. You're in the way.
Yeah, you're
Had
in
to
the
be done.
fucking way. I wonder why Flame didn't come with me.
And open.
Yes.
You're weak.
Wait.
Take away the Crest Stones. All of them.
That is enough. Do you even know what those stones are?
What? They are in these little boxes. Okay. What the fuck? Oh, they have to get all the way back there. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. Well, you're about to die, so... Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Okay,
Let's see you dodge this.
Is that all?
Okay,
That's how it goes. I have so...
I wonder how Anna is helping. Okay, we've got 2 of them.
Had to be done.
Got 3 of them.
I feel more powerful.
Yay. Love feeling powerful. Alright. Let's, who has one over here? This guy. This guy. Let's do
I aim for greatness. I'm not at my best today.
It's so weird that they met.
Get lost!
I had no choice.
Did you see those Charlie's Angels? Those Charlie's Angels hands?
Everyone will be so pleased.
Alright, where's the one we didn't get? This one? And I think that's in this one. Okay. Fuck. Alright, let's kill this guy. Actually, let's kill him.
Let's win this already.
Got that man's family tree in half, yes.
That one is expected.
And then we'll go back some, and then Felix. God, okay, this is fine. Fire. Oh, nice. I think my sword is gonna break this fight.
Too easy.
Oh god, he has two now.
Can't afford to lose.
I do think it's funny that you get this amazing sword and it can run out of energy. Yeah, it kind of sucks too because the items that you need to repair it are really hard to get. Like, I have only gotten them from really hard missions, and there's like not enough hard missions. I don't know if I'm just like not doing the right things because I don't know, because this is my first time playing it. But yeah, it's just like, I feel like half the time I don't even use my relic weapons because they're broken, because I don't have the stuff.
I did what I had to.
Nice. What's here? Felix. Should we gambit, sir? Or should I just attack, I wonder?
Too slow.
My You ate it already.
I can feel.
I tried to make like ghetto chips and salt or ghetto nachos, but the shredded cheese does not work as well as the Velveeta. Let's bring Sylvain because he won't counterattack now.
Don't underestimate.
This is what a real man looks like.
Yeah, he's taken care of.
Nice form.
Let's go over here. Ooh, these guys might be able to hit me actually. Let's stay here.
This is my sworn duty.
Sufficient. I will handle whatever comes.
I don't think she can attack from here. No. This is
Excuse me!
She's so polite. Getting a crit every
Let's keep
attack.
up
Yes. What kind of RNG do you have? I'm blessed by the goddess. One of my characters is also wearing a crit ring. So I don't know if that helps everybody. Okay.
No hesitation.
Yes.
You fought well.
She's wearing the crit ring.
Practice yields results.
I cannot believe that Flame did not come with me, though. What the heck is she thinking, abandoning me here? they both go after me. That's far away.
Predictable.
Too slow.
Holy shit! Oh my god. Oh god. Is she just dead?
So obvious.
Now's our chance.
Oh, but Flame is with me. Oh! I don't know why she's not with me, but I still, like, she's still with me. I don't know.
Another step forward.
I am maturing at a rapid pace.
I think that means that they can't move, so...
Thank you.
Let me do this.
What's next?
Oh, let's bring Felix to kill this guy.
Another win.
Defenseless, are we?
That is so cool. Like, I love the flying combat.
I could learn from that.
Still attack him, so I'm comfortable doing that. Let's... what will do? I guess we'll bring him over here. And then Dimitri, come up here. And then Ash. Who's left? Oh, Annette. She's so far behind. Hacks, I know, 2 HP. Run up to me, you coward.
That is that.
They each only have 1 HP. Oh my god. I feel like it's such a... Like, I hate it when they get 1 HP because I feel like attacking them is such a waste of time. I don't know why I feel like that. It's probably like never a waste of time, but it's just frustrating for 1 HP. Let's bring Mercedes over here. Does anybody need heals?
You saved me.
Let's bring Annette over.
Seems I prevailed.
Oh fuck. Jeez, these magicians have some range. Maybe we'll put him up against Felix at first. Everybody else is gone. Oh god. Alright, Sylvain. Oh, he
I'm
looks
told
crazy.
it's fine to kill those who resist. Now then, how shall I cook you?
What the fuck? I didn't realize that the Empire was consisted of cannibals.
Should I have held back?
His name is Me Today. What's his name? This guy? Oh, Me Today. Oh my god. I didn't even realize. That's funny. I thought you meant he was like a mood or something. Oh god. That's funny. Well, the gambit didn't work, actually. It's a big old sword. You know who his hair kind of
please.
Levi from Attack on Titan. I think Felix has got this now. 1 HP.
Wait. No. I was just following orders.
You seemed a little too enthusiastic for someone who was just following orders. Oh yeah, and I wonder if I can hit him from down here. I don't think I can.
This is our chance.
It was to play the role, to sell the story, right? Well, it almost worked. Ooh, do I bring Egrin up against the Flame Emperor? No, I think I will let's let Ash kill this guy, maybe.
The fight continues.
That wasn't my best.
You're not even here.
You are the one person I did not wish to make an enemy of.
It's over.
It's over. Damn, okay. We did it.
Is this some kind of twisted joke?
What? Is that Edelgard? No. Is it actually?
I've been looking for you. I will take that head from your shoulders and hang it from the gates of Endor!
He looks insane.
Stop right there!
He's so pissed. The fuck? I protected all the Crest Stones. Yay. We'll send it to the envoy. Sending it all to the convoy. I said that. Oh my gosh, wait, I need to know if this is Edelgard. I don't care who is MVP. Why don't you just watch it on stream? It's Edelgard,
Before
what the
I
fuck?
break your neck, there is one thing I must ask you.
Stay out of my way.
I don't recall giving you permission to speak. Answer my question. That is all you have left to do. Flame Emperor. No. Edelgard. Tell me now. Why did you cause such a tragedy? You killed your own mother, and yet you haven't even had the decency to stop and consider the reasons behind your actions. Have you?
I already told you I had nothing to do with that.
It was foolish to think I could reason with a lowly beast.
Your Majesty, now!
Now what?
You are a monster.
Come, Hubert.
What the fuck?
To flee is futile, wicked girl. The Church of Seros will raise its entire army against you until you have been captured and punished. You have defiled the holy tomb, dishonored the goddess, and humiliated your brethren. That crime will never be erased. Even if you burn in the eternal flames and spill all of your blood into the goddess's soil. Come, Professor. Let us return and decide upon our next course of action.
We weren't able to defeat her.
Your Highness.
I will kill Edelgard with my own hands. I swear it! Let's return to the monastery, Professor. It is clear what must be done.
What the fuck? Is her whole class in on it too? I never talked to anybody's class outside of mine on my free days.
He's finally shown his true face. The same Dimitri I've seen once before. A beast who loves spilling blood.
You're wrong. I'm sure of it. There has to be an explanation.
I knew he'd been carrying the burden of that tragedy. I understand his thirst for revenge. His family and closest friends, all massacred right in front of him. But it still doesn't add up. There must be more that we don't know.
That's true. Dimitri didn't come unhinged until after the Flame Emperor was unmasked.
You don't think there's some connection between those two, do you?
Oh, they don't know.
The leaders of the church have misused its creed to fulfill their true desire, to rule the world. They have fooled the people of Fódlan. Long ago, they divided the empire to create a kingdom, and then divided that kingdom to create an alliance. They did all of this to make the masses bicker amongst themselves. They caused instability in order to reinforce their own authority. They gathered gold and lived in extravagance. How? By preying on the devotion of those who wished for the goddess's salvation. Those corrupt hypocrites cannot lead Fódlan to true peace. Their foul belief system must be torn asunder so that true wisdom may finally prevail.
And so, I have decided, by order of the Adrastian Emperor, Edelgard von Hresvelg, the Empire hereby declares war on the Church of Seros.
Oh, fuck.
I cannot believe it. Let us recount the situation as it stands, Professor. After you returned from the Holy Tomb, the Adrastian Empire declared war upon the Church of Seros, as well as our allies. Edelgard demanded her own father relinquish the throne, and then assumed the position of Emperor. She has deemed the Church of Seros to be an evil of this world, and is calling upon the people of Fódlan to help her tear it down. I must discuss our response to this declaration with the Archbishop, after the Knights return from their investigation. Until then, watch over the students. See that they remain calm.
Damn.
Professor, the Empire has declared war on the Church of Seros.
We knew this day would come, sooner or later.
What's going to happen?
There's going to be war. That's what's going to happen. Were you not listening? We need more information.
We can't afford to be optimistic. It's entirely possible the kingdom will be invaded.
Settle yourself, Ingrid. We need to carefully consider our options.
We can't just act rashly. That will only make things worse.
Once we've ascertained the situation, we must return to Ferdiad. Your Highness.
So I guess I'm just confused about if Edelgard had these feelings against the church, being so close with Dimitri as she is, Dimitri is not religious. He's really, like, if you talk to him, the more you get to know him and the things that he talks about, he's really, like, maybe not anti, but he is not, like, he does not follow the church. So I wonder why she decided to go this route instead of talking with Dimitri, aka her pseudo brother growing up, and joining forces with him and maybe like parting from the church, because the two of them combined is stronger than the church. And the church isn't very strong to begin with. Like, clearly they've been able to be infiltrated over and over and over again. So I'm confused about why she chose to go this route where it's this harsh confrontation. And Dimitri being all quiet, I'm like, did he know about it? He probably agrees with her. So I'm just like, it's not making sense to me right now. I wish I would have talked more to Edelgard. That's the next chapter. So I wish I would have talked more to Edelgard more during the free days, but I only spent time talking to my people and building relationships with my people, not really thinking about the consequences of those actions. Like, maybe if I would have gotten to know her a little better in the game, then I would have picked up on that a little, I don't know, like beforehand. I'm not sure. I'll be interested to start talking to Claude now, I think, because I don't know if I wouldn't guess that Claude is particularly religious or necessarily follows the church really hardcore, but I know Dimitri doesn't. I know he probably agrees with Edelgard in regards to going against the church, but the fact that she chose to do this in such a way is just kind of confusing story-wise. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. It kind of just like made her more enemies when she could have been two territories strong, and then the two of them probably could have talked Claude into joining in on their cause, and then they would, like, the church would have no option but to grant them their desire to secede from them. So yeah, it it didn't seem like a very smart decision to me, but maybe I'm, like, clearly I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. So maybe there's a part of the bigger picture that explains why she chose to do it that way and alienate everyone she knew except for her empire. But I'm gonna call it here.